Hello again from my front porch, and welcome to 2019. Yay! We all made it. How? I don't know. But seriously, I am a little confused as to how I made it because the last few days of 2018, they were a bit of a blur. They were quite a whirlwind for me. In fact, I want to share with you all that happened. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, so this isn't one of those big long marathon episodes. But it might be a little long. But anyway, I wrote it down. That's how much stuff there was. And the really interesting thing is, as I was going into those last few days, I really didn't have a clue about all of this. Some of it I knew about, but some of it was surprise. Some of it was almost last minute stuff, and it's like, hey, okay. But so it was quite an adventure rounding out 2018, and so I just want to share this with you. So it really, for me, it began Thursday the 27th. And the reason I say it began Thursday 27th is because I was asked by the Iowa Wolves to come and sing national anthem for them, because I'm kind of now they're on call as they need someone to sing national anthem. When they need a fill-in person, they know they can call me, and for the most part I'm available and I come out and I'm happy to do it. And so Thursday, unfortunately, the lady who was scheduled had lost her voice and wasn't able to sing, and so they said, "Hey, Paul, could you come do that?" And of course, I said, yeah, "Absolutely." And so, add another lanyard to my collection. And so I was out there doing the national anthem Thursday. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to stay for the game that night because I also needed to get over to Merle Hay Lanes because my friend Devon Miller, who plays guitar and sings with Abby Normal, was doing a rare solo performance at Merle Hay Lanes. Now, I did a whole separate episode interviewing him and showing some of the clips of his songs. Go back and watch that episode if you haven't watched it. Devon, he is an incredibly talented individual, and so I just go back and watch that one. You'll really enjoy it. But anyway, so that was my Thursday. That was kind of fun. And then Friday came along, and Friday, went to work, did some stuff, and then as I oftentimes do, after work, I went downtown to a place called Gas Lamp, where Bob Pace and the Dangerous Band play. And Bob's a good friend of mine, and I've been going there enough, watching Bob, that made good friends with a bunch of other people there too, the regulars. And so it's always just a good time. You walk in, you're like, hey, I'm with friends, and so enjoyed that, enjoyed Bob playing there. But then Bob packed up his gear and scooted just a little bit ways away down Ingersoll to a place called Star Bar. And he was going to do a solo gig, but then his solo gig got crashed, I think, by invitation. And I hope I say it correctly, but Dusharma and Jones, another local duo group. And so the three of them were going to play together. And I'd heard others talk about watching the three of them and how great a show that was. And I thought, you know what? I've never heard them play together before, so why not go down there, because they serve good food at Star Bar too. And so I thought, it's a good place to go eat dinner and a show, literally. And they were really incredible. If you ever get a chance to hear the three of them performing together, make sure you take that opportunity. They were fantastic, did great. Then I had errands I had stuff I had to get, so I had to run to Walmart, and I just went. I went to the Walmart all the way up in Ankeny. I mean, realistically, sadly, there is no Walmart that's conveniently located between downtown and where I live. They're all to the outskirts, all around the perimeters. And so it's like, if I have to go to the outskirts somewhere, I might as well go in the direction of my house. So I went up to Ankeny to Walmart and got my stuff. And then as I was heading back home, I'm like, I don't feel like being home yet. I feel like just doing something else. And I know that they generally always have live music at the Whiskey House up in Ankeny too. And usually it's really good quality music there as well. So I stopped in, and I hadn't looked. I was pleasantly surprised that it was Final Mix, the Final Mix show band. They are incredible. If you haven't seen Final Mix, you need to go see them too. But so that was my Friday night. Was all this wonderful music squeezed into one evening. That was just incredible. Loved it so much. But then Saturday came along. Saturday I had to get going and head over to Cedar Rapids because in that instance I was the music. Well, part of it. The folks at the Filipino organization in Cedar Rapids were doing their annual Christmas party, and they asked me to come sing. Now, they had asked me to come sing at their Valentine's event earlier this year, or last year now, and that I enjoyed that, but I sang one song. I sang the song Lady, and apparently they liked it because they asked me to come back for Christmas, and this time I got to sing 2 songs. So I said, see, I must be doing something right. My appearance time is doubled. And they've now asked me to come back for Valentine's Day here in 2019, or for their Valentine's event in 2019. And so that's great too. Now, how many songs do I get to sing? I don't know. I will find out. But that's not the point. The point is, it's a great organization, and I'm just honored to get to be a part of it in whatever way it works out. But I also had a road trip companion with me going to Cedar Rapids, Anna Lynn Vida, who's one of the Vida sisters. I had sent a message to the local Filipino organization that I've gotten involved with here, and shared with them about that I was going over, and if anybody wanted to ride along, carpool, whatever, we could do that. And Anna Lynn reached out to me and said she didn't have anything else that was really pressing that day, and she'd kind of like to go over and see folks over there and stuff. And I was like, all right, well, come on. So the 2 of us went over there, and we had a great time. I do feel sorry for her. She had to spend 2 hours in the car with me going over, and 2 hours coming back. And then once we got back to Des Moines, close to Des Moines, just on the other side of the East Mixmaster, we got stuck and sat there for nearly an hour and a half because there had been, unfortunately, a very tragic accident involving a drunk driver up by the East Mixmaster. And I later learned that a good friend of mine, her cousin's son, was one of the victims in that tragedy. There's just no... If you're somebody who drinks and you drink to the point that you are out of control, that you're not, please, for your sake and everyone else's, don't drive. You can get friends to drive you. There's Uber, there are taxis. There are so many options now. There's no excuse for you to get behind the wheel if you're not capable of driving your own car. Don't be stupid. Now, the individual, one of the victims already has died. The other one probably won't survive either. The cousin's son. The drunk driver, from what I hear, walked away with barely a scratch. And people say, well, that's unfair. That's unfair. And I never wish harm and death on anyone, even the drunk driver. But the reality is that drunk driver surviving means that now they will live the rest of their life knowing what they did. And I would imagine that's a tremendously heavy weight. And so my heart goes out to everybody involved with that. But again, I want to reinforce, don't ever put yourself in that situation. If there's any question in your mind, don't be a hero. Don't be all, I can handle it. Anyway, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent there, but I just really want to emphasize that. I went to a New Year's Eve party last night, and I took an Uber. And the reason I took an Uber is not because I was worried about whether I would be able to drive. It was because I was worried about other people that might be on the roads. And I decided I didn't want to risk my car. I'll risk the Uber guy's car. It wasn't that expensive to get an Uber there. It's a little more expensive to get the Uber back because it was later in the evening and the rates go up. But still, small price to pay for the peace of mind. And that was in my case. But if you're in a situation where you can't, well, you get the message. So anyway, so that was Saturday night into Sunday morning, technically, by the time, because with the accident and stuff, I didn't get home till 1:30. And so that was a long day. But then Sunday, I'm working with the other Vida sister, Bobby Vida Van Rokel. And I'm working with her. She's on the board of the Filipino organization. And we're doing a video project to promote the upcoming Valentine's Day event here in Central Iowa that I also will get to sing at. And I'll probably get to do more than one song there. But anyway, so we're doing these videos where we're interviewing couples and asking them really interesting questions. And The questions are kind of interesting. The answers are what are really interesting. And then I'm editing those videos, and we're going to use those to do some promos, and there'll be some of those coming out here really soon. And yeah, we had some really great material in just the first two couples that we interviewed this last time. Oh, priceless stuff, absolutely priceless. I may just do a front porch video on those at some point here after we film the other two couples, and give you some of just the highlights. You know, it'd be another way to help promote the event too. Anyway, so I did that, but the big thing that happened on Sunday was, you remember these folks, the Iowa Wolves, who invited me to come sing Thursday? Well, they had an opportunity. The VP of operations, Randy, she messaged me and said, hey, we're really thankful for you. This has been like 3-4 years now that I've been their on-call guy to be able to do this. And I'm always happy to help. I mean, I've sang National Anthem for them some seasons 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times. It just depends on how often they need something. And never complaining, never having issues. Just show up and do the anthem. And so as a thank you, they gave me a package on Sunday where they gave me the city one of the lounge areas that people get to go and sit at with their friends, and it's right there on the courtside seating. And so we got to go watch the Sioux Falls Skyforce, and we got to watch it in style from over the side. And so we took several pictures, and so I can put some of those in here. And then if that wasn't exciting enough, one of the players for the Skyforce, now sadly they weren't on our team, on the Wolves team, but they were on the Skyforce team, and the Skyforce did win the game, so technically on the winning team. But one of the players on the other team was a former Iowa State basketball player. And so we were all excited about that too, because just about everybody that was in the group is an Iowa State fan as well. And so we're like, hey, it's an Iowa State player, hey! So we got a chance to talk with him.
This guy went to Iowa State, yes. Now, he wasn't on our team, but we still love Iowa guys from Iowa State.
I'm still a Skyforce fan.
Cyclone Nation. Excellent job.
One Nation.
Yeah. Forever loyal.
Okay, very briefly talk to him. Because the game is done and they got to get going and get the road. But it was also, they also had free hat day. So everybody that went, we also got these spiffy Wolves hats. Isn't that great? Can you see that? Can you see it where it says Wolves there? Yeah. That's styling right there, man. Yeah. Plus the green. Yeah. That works with my book. So that was Sunday. We're not even done yet. So then came Monday. And Monday, I went to, which was last night, Monday, I got a chance to go to New Year's Eve party that was held down in Sherwood Forest Plaza here in Des Moines. Yes, there is a Sherwood Forest Plaza here in Des Moines. They have an event center down there too. And once again, my friend Bob Pace was playing down there. Bob Pace and his son Nick, and then his regular drummer from when he'd been, when he's playing at Gaslamp, but the three of them were absolutely fantastic. It was a great time, and Bob even did Folsom Prison Blues, and he did it for the benefit of the whole crowd there. But he specifically called me out by name, said, "I'm going to do this for a friend of mine, a buddy who's here, Paul Smith." Said, and I was like, whoa! So I filmed him singing. Unfortunately, my camera didn't catch that very beginning part where he said my name. But I'm not going to put the video in here because he did Folsom, and then he went into Orange Blossom Special, and he did some amazing guitar stuff. And that one music clip is 13 minutes long. So I'm going to devote a separate episode to talking about Bob performing there at the New Year's event. But it was incredible. And big sincere thanks, shout out goes out to Michelle Olson, who is the owner of Merle Hay Lanes. She has become a great friend, and she had actually bought a couple of tables at the event last night, and then invited several of us shenanigan folks from Merle Hay Lanes, invited us to join her at her tables. And so I felt very honored to get to attend that, not only because she bought the tables and was thoughtful enough to invite me and include me in on that, but also because the tables that she bought, we wound up being like literally right up front in front of the stage. There's hardly any better seating than where we were seated, and so that was incredible. That was wonderful, fantastic, awesome experience. I loved it very much. Thank you again, Michelle. That was awesome. And so let's see, go down through my list. Yeah. Oh! I skipped something. Oh, before I tie things off today, I have to go back to Friday. I did all the music stuff, going out and about on Friday. But then when I got home, there was a package in my door. Now, instead of laying just out in the open, they stick it between the storm door and the door going into the house. And it gotten a little bit chillier that night. There was a little bit of frost on windows and stuff. And so when I got home, I opened the storm door, and this box that had been wedged between the two doors, it literally was stuck to the window of the storm door. So I opened the door, and there's this box hanging there. I'm like, what is this? So it came off, no problem. No worries about that. But so then I took it in the house, and I'm like, what is this? I haven't ordered anything lately. Is there something I ordered and I forgot? What's So I opened it up, and it was from my daughter. Now, just a few days before, she's so quick how she got this right. A few days before, we've been talking about that I'd set up the Christmas tree for my family gathering that we had held a week ago. And she was asking about what I had for the tree topper, and I said, well, I'm still using the same star that we'd used, for a long time, just as a family. And she's like, oh, I thought maybe you'd have an angel on top of your Christmas tree. And I was like, no, I don't have an angel. And she was talking about maybe one of the weeping angels from Doctor Who. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't want one of those because those are scary. That's that's kind of counterproductive to the Christmas tree. It's kind of different, mixed messages there. And she's like, oh yeah. I said if there was anything, if I was gonna have an angel on top of my tree, I'd want an angel of Castiel standing on top of my tree, who's the angel from the TV show Supernatural. That's who I would want on top of my tree. And she's like, oh yeah. Well, see, I'd have thought you'd have wanted a Doctor Who thing. I was like, no, not in this case. In this case, it'd be Castiel. And so then I opened this box again. She and I had this conversation just a few days prior, and I opened this box, and lo and behold, this is what is in the box. It is a wood etched Castiel tree topper. See, because it's got pieces. It's got this piece, it's got these pieces here, and then these pieces here, the things that you put in behind him, so that it allows him to be able to stand on the tree. Set it over the topping tree. Obviously, I haven't assembled it yet, but see, it's put together by this company, hipflaskplus.com. Hipflaskplus. But you see, if I show you the backside, you can see better. That it's all wood burned. But it's not just wood burned. It's laser etched. You can see the detail in there. You see the detail in Castiel, in the pieces of his trench coat here. You can see the whoa. Don't want to lose the pieces. You can see the detail in the wings. So it's really awesome. So I still have to assemble that, and that'll be really cool to put together. But I thank you, Ashley, for sending me that the perfect tree topper for me. Yes. All right, now zip back to today. Today, here we are, New Year's Day. Phew! Now you see what I mean by I'm amazed I survived to get here. Here we are, New Year's Day, and and today I am going to celebrate it the way that I think is the absolute most appropriate. I'm going up to Ankeny to Pie 5, and I'm going to get me a cauliflower crust pizza. Yeah, baby! That's the way I'm going to start off 2019, with a good cauliflower crust pizza. And so I'm going to run up there, and I'm going to do that. And then I got a few little errands, tasks, some laundry and stuff to take care of here at home. But tonight I'm going to try to make it down to a place called Carl's. Here, it's just off of downtown Des Moines. It's kind of a little dive bar kind of place thing, and in fact, they don't even have like a big sign out front hardly. You gotta know you're going there to go there. But the reason I'm going there is because every Tuesday night, Carl's has a jam session, and musicians from all around Central Iowa, maybe even beyond that, they just show up. They show up with their instruments, and there's just this revolving display of incredible talent and musicianship. And I haven't had a chance to make it there in ages. But tonight, I'm going to try to ring in the new year. And we rang in the new year last night with my shenanigan friends. But several of the shenanigans are going to be there tonight too. And others. There are always other wonderful people there too. So maybe really christen the new year with again some more incredible music. And in this case, it's music that's not even rehearsed. It's not even practiced. It's just these people with all their talent getting on the stage together and just making music. And it is the most incredible thing ever. The energy is just so yeah. So anyway, that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Then, of course, tomorrow comes back to reality. Tomorrow we all have to go back to work. But fortunately, I love my job, so I'm not complaining about it. But then we go through a good 3-month stretch before we get another holiday. So enjoy the buzz off this one, because it's a long ride from here. All right. I hope your 2019 is incredible and awesome, and I hope that it is fulfilling for you. I hope you achieve the goals you want to achieve, that you realize the dreams that you want to realize, that you feel the love that you want to feel, that you're able to build the relationships you want to build, that you're able to pursue the passions that drive you, the things you really want to do, the things that really stir you up inside, that you're able to pursue those things. I hope 2019 is your year. And the only way it won't be is if you don't let it be. Because the person that controls whether it's your year is you. So, with that, let's all embrace 2019 and ride this thing and see what happens. I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.